Welcome back to another episode of Keep It Simple. Today we're going to talk about insurance policies.
Oh, so
specifically
spicy. Wow.
It's not that spicy actually.
It's exciting.
When I elaborate, you will not think that it is spicy. I'm just going to talk about the importance of reviewing your insurance policies regularly.
Yeah, I was being ironic, but you've ruined it now.
Wouldn't be the first thing I've ruined.
Stop it.
Yeah, so I want to talk about whether or not we review our insurance policies at all and whether we should. So I suppose let's start off the discussion by asking you, Pris, and then I'll tell you mine also.
Okay.
But what are you covered for currently with your insurance plans? What is this?
I don't particularly remember the details, but I do know they have life and critical illness.
Yes, critical illness.
Yeah.
Okay. Accident plan?
Accident? No. I don't think so.
Okay.
Unless it's like partially under life or something.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't have a specific one for like personal accidents or things like that. Yeah.
What about hospitalization?
Yes, I do have.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So how much are you covered for? Let's say like if you tomorrow.
Oh, no idea.
Oh, you don't?
Okay, I probably know the amount when I signed up for it, but then I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, actually I think that's natural. I don't think it is something we think about every day, like, today I wake up like, yes, I'm covered for $250,000 upon death.
I don't know, I just feel so morbid, right? I don't know.
Yeah, although I guess it is important to like once in a while just refresh your memory on what you're covered for.
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, I just asked my insurance agent, so it's not like I actually remember it. So not putting on any airs here. But I'm covered for, I have life insurance as well. But I negotiated my payout, the death benefit basically down from like, it actually started from like $1 million. Then it's like, it doesn't make sense. Who am I giving this $1 million to? And then we negotiated down to $500K. That's like, again, it doesn't make sense still. Let's go lower. My insurance agent was like, he was like dead, man. His eyes were like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, no, I'm not. Yeah, so anyway, I mean, although this might change in the future, which we'll talk about later. Yeah, so I'm covered for, upon death is $250K. I think my monthly premium is like 100 plus but
okay, yes, reasonable.
Yeah. And it was also partly because I have a pre-existing condition which is quite terrible, because I should have gotten a critical illness plan before I got diagnosed, but how was I supposed to know, right? But so I have that life insurance, and I have an accident plan that covers me if I like go out and get knocked by a bus or something. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I have. I can't get the hospitalization plan because I think it'll be way too expensive.
Right. Okay. Because you're pre-existing. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So the underwriting and everything is just like, I'm just like fine. But
your insurance and you're like,
sorry, I just realized that was very TikTok thing to do. I am so disgusting. Anyway. So I guess we roughly know like what we're covered for. But do you think it's necessary to review this coverage, like your insurance plans, every year?
Clearly I do not.
But do you think it's necessary?
I think, of course, like the right answer is yes lah, right? But then I think that realistically, maybe I would do it like once a year. If I remember.
Yeah. I think we need to set like calendar reminders. Like, please look at your insurance, because I feel like I need to do that as well. Because although to be honest, maybe every year might be too frequent, I feel. Because really, when do you need to start thinking about updating your insurance?
I think to me a more realistic time frame would be like whenever like you're nearing a life milestone, and whenever you foresee like things in your life kind of changing. Maybe you want to like have a career change, then maybe you need to review your finances in general. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, and it makes sense.
Yeah,
there's an article online. It's American based, but basically this article lists out reasons why you should review your insurance, your life insurance or whatever it is, because it's like what you said, when you are coming upon like a new milestone, or like when there's a change in your life, then financially things might change as well. And we're not just talking about like career switches. Actually, it's like, what if you have what if you have a child on the way? Then that it definitely makes sense to review your insurance, because you want to be able to protect your kid as well in the event of anything happening to you or your spouse. It makes sense. So when big changes are happening in your life, even if you are doing things like you're buying a house or starting a new business, these are all life stages, I suppose, or milestones where you need to stop and like take stock of whether or not the coverage is enough.
Yeah.
Especially when you want kids. Do you want kids, by the way?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe like 1.5.
What? Wait, what? 1.5? How does that work?
Undecided on the second one, that's why.
Okay, I was like, which half of the baby do you want to come out? It's like 3D printing. Just stop halfway.
It's so morbid. Stop.
You said 1.5. Okay.
This is why we need insurance.
God. Mental health insurance. Yeah. So, back to what we're talking about. So basically, I think the key thing to look at is your coverage. Is it enough? We've already gone through some of the possible life milestones: getting married, having a kid, getting a house. You don't want to be underinsured under any circumstance, I think.
And neither do you want to be overinsured.
That's true lah. Yeah, that's why I argue with my agent a lot of times. I'm just like, you're overinsuring me. And he's like, no, but you might want a kid next time. I was like, no, I don't want a kid. I have many heated conversations with him. It's but I guess eventually he got it. He was like, okay, fine, maybe you'll change your mind later. I'm like, yeah, fine, just leave me alone.
Yeah. I mean, you can always like add on, right?
Yeah, it's not like this is gonna be static, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So especially if you are a person who doesn't have like an emergency fund.
Yeah.
You really want to be sure that if something were to happen to you, you cross the road, never look left and right. Then how? You're tighty, is it? But you want to be able to cover that medical cost lah.
Yeah.
When the time comes.
That's true.
If it ever comes. I'm sorry, touch wood. Yes. So going back to the whole kid thing, when you have dependents, then it makes more sense to increase your coverage. For now, my dependents are like minimal lah. It's just they're two elderly folk. That's it. How? I mean, it's gonna sound bad, but they're not gonna be around for forever.
I mean, they don't need $1 million. Let's just
exactly. What are they gonna do with $1 million?
Live very lavishly.
Yeah. After my death. Yeah. So basically it's just that, be mindful of your coverage when new things happen in your life and you have reason to increase it or even decrease it. I'm not sure. Okay, so now we've talked about why we should review our insurance. So let's talk about how to actually review your insurance coverage. Okay.
So tell me how. Because I have not.
I was about to be like, what do you think? Okay, never mind. So I think the best way is to really store all this information, because like we were talking about, we don't really consciously remember what we're covered for every single day.
Yeah.
It just slips our mind, and it's normal, I guess.
And the insurance documents are just like there's so many words.
Yes, exactly. So I think maybe let's start by making it easier for ourselves. So let's store all of the relevant information that we need in one place, like on an Excel sheet, for example. We love spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are great around here.
They're so great.
Yeah. So, but what are the...
Great.
Okay, I get it, Priscilla. I will help you with the spreadsheet after
this.
Yes. Yes. So what are the important points that you need to take note of when it comes to reviewing or keeping track of your insurance policies? I think the first one should be what type of policy. That's the most important one. If not, I think you can imagine you like over-insure, you buy the two of the same plans for like different things. Just like, why?
It's like you play your own self.
Yeah, you really you deserve it. Yeah. So keep track of the type of policy, who is your insurer or the insurance carrier, Prudential, AIA, or whatever it is. Policy number, very important. I have forgotten this so many times, because when you want to look up information, you need the policy number. Just keep it on the spreadsheet, the eventual spreadsheet that you will have.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. Keep track of date issued. What's the amount of premium that you're paying? That's very important. Also for your own personal finance budgeting needs. Who are your beneficiaries?
Right.
Like who's gonna get the payout when you? Yeah. Yes. By the way, did you know that I haven't actually decided on who my beneficiaries are? I haven't actually stated it. What? Oh, you want to remind? I tell you.
The spot is open, right?
You think you just walk up to a person and be like, "Hey, I'm a beneficiary."
And the spot is open, right? So I'm just...
Yes. I mean, fair. I could consider you We can do it like in the form of like The Bachelor. Then I can like just
Okay,
choose,
okay,
like,
okay.
I give you the rose means you're my beneficiary.
You give me the policy.
Yeah. So it's very important to make sure that your insurer knows who the money is going to. I think it's not enough to just write it in a will. Your insurer needs to know because they're the one disseminating they're the one, you know, disseminating thank you words. They're the ones disseminating the money anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I need to go back and check who.
Yeah. And I think also another very important thing to keep track of is what you can claim or what you cannot claim for each policy that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can get quite complicated lah. So I think
It's so complicated, which is why I kind of avoid looking at it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So these are all the very important things to keep track of.
Okay, I guess I have to start looking at it.
So these are all the very important details that you need to keep track of, and we won't really go into the details in the episode, but this all came from an article on The Balance, you know, thebalance.com. I'm sure everyone has heard of this website. If you want to know more about what?
I don't know.
Okay, fine, whatever. So if you want to know more about all the things that we just listed out in detail, you can refer to the article, which will be linked in our show notes on the website, on our website. Yes. So after all is said and done, do you feel fired up to re-familiarize yourself with your insurance policies?
I like how you use the word fire up. Like, I'm not very fired up about my insurance plans.
Well, you should be.
I guess probably I won't do it immediately, but I know it's something that I have to do. So probably it'll be something I'll try to incorporate into my yearly budget review or financial review in general. Because I think it can be quite overwhelming to do it right now.
Yeah, of course. And I think for you need to. I think you will have more checkpoints than me.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
unless I have a child one day in the next 5 years, which is unlikely.
I mean, maybe. Never say never.
Sure, but never. Yeah. So I guess you will have to be more conscious about it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think I will as well. I want to do it maybe once every 2 years for me.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of changes in my life personally.
Yeah.
Unless I get a house. Well, then that's for future Sope to deal with.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't see your life changing all that much. So I think you can just keep it as it is, to be honest.
Yeah. And we also want to ask the rest of you guys. Yeah, you. I'm talking about you. That's right, correct. Never look at your insurance policy for very long already, right? Yeah, I know. So, you guys, do you guys also review your insurance policies? And if so, how regularly do you do it? If you don't do it at all, and if you need help, you can always reach out to us if you have questions. And we will always get back to you. Whether it's like in our DMs or comments on YouTube. Down below. Wow, I feel like a YouTuber.
I mean, you are.
In a way, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, it's very important to keep track of your insurance policies. Don't lose track of them.
Yeah.
Especially if you know that you can like reduce your premiums for any reason at all, or if you need to increase your coverage. It's very important. If not, later things happen, then you don't have enough coverage. Then
then you get caught unaware, and you don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. That's a wrap on another episode of Keep It Simple.
Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe. And also leave a comment, especially if you like these faces.
I mean, even if you don't like these faces, please comment anyway because we want to know what you think. And we're also on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. So if you're on those platforms, remember to subscribe for new episodes.